Hey, what up, everybody? It's Hoppy. I'm in an okay mood right now, having a beer at home and all this. But you know how it's funny sometimes for people to spiral? I'm going to spiral and vent my goddamn day and of my last few days to you motherfuckers. I know y'all miss me and the crazy shit, and I miss y'all so fucking much. I wish the Twitter algorithm could not recognize when I got back on, but as soon as I make friends with like 5 or 6 of y'all, it knows it's me and kicks me off there, so I don't even fucking try no more. But let me tell y'all what the fuck going on. Last I checked in, y'all know we trying to get this fishing business rolling, and I got the old ugly boat and all that. Well, let me tell you, I'm learning. I'm a greenhorn, okay? I've been a fucking pastry chef for a long fucking time. So, like, trying to change my life and get into this fishing business and export these invasive fish for the Chinese. Done signed the contract with the Chinese, got my commercial fishing license. I'm pretty much ready to go, but I fucked up because I got this boat and I thought it was going to be cool, but then I realized the boat holds 800 pounds, right? So I'm fucking 200 pounds, and then my homie's 200 pounds, and then the fucking engine's 200 pounds, and the ice we got to ice the fucking fish with down is 200 pounds, and we can't even fucking put a fish in the fucking boat. So that was a waste of money. I got to get another goddamn boat. So there goes another 5 fucking stacks. All right, so then I'm trying to make my rent, and so this restaurant needed help real bad for a week, and was begging me to come down there and help, right? Pay you cash, bill $50 a day, come down and help. It's the busiest week of the goddamn year. So I'm like, all right, I'll go down there. So first 3 days go coaching. And so then, like, the next day, we right in the middle of the rush. I'm running the fucking kitchen. Like, I don't even work there. There's, people been there 2-3 years. And I'm leading the whole fucking show, right? Chef's over there doing the fucking expo, which for y'all that don't know, that's where you put the food together for the service. So he's over fucking jacking off, basically, while I'm running the fucking kitchen for him. And this motherfucker starts making white jokes. I'm talking hardcore ones. And, this motherfucker, he's the same type of people that banned me from Hollywood, Wood, if you feel me on that shit. So I just walk out. So then I'm trying to get a hold of the state police so that I'm cool. I got to get all the regulations down. I'm pulling the trailer so we can deliver the fish to the fucking Chinese. These assholes won't call me back. I'm trying to figure out what I don't want to get pulled over and get a fine because, my truck's too small, the trailer's fucked up. They won't even answer my questions. So then I get a job at Bojangles. They offer me $50,000 a year to be the manager. I'm like, all right, I'll go here and rock this shit out for 6 months, get a big-ass boat, and I'll be straight. Well, they run my background check. They fire my ass for even start for shit that I didn't even get convicted of. I got charged with, shit's dismissed. How you gonna fucking fire me for shit that I didn't even get convicted on? Bitch, that's fucked up. I was dismissed, bitch, I didn't do it. So I ain't got that job. So then Fish and Wildlife won't call me back. Won't tell me where I can get a boat. So the game wardens won't answer my goddamn questions, right? So it's like, all right. So I got to get a new boat. State police don't want to answer my goddamn questions. Fish and Wildlife don't want to answer my questions. But at the same time, they're on the fucking news begging people to come be commercial fishermen. Oh, we got carp everywhere. It's a horrible problem. It's killing all the crappie. It's killing all the bluegill. There's no food for the fucking catfish. Oh, shut the fuck up, bitch. If you want people to come and fish, answer the fucking phone. Then, dude, look, the world is shitting on me right now. I'm telling you what, if I was a Star Wars character, I would be a Sith named Darth Toilet. Because the world just shits on me. God damn it. Darth Toilet. That's my motherfucking Star Wars name. I'm the Dark Jedi Darth Toilet. So, right when all this happened, I'm sitting at a coffee shop, earlier, and I'm sitting at one of them community tables. There's tables open everywhere. And, this bitch was hot. I'd probably hit. But she caught me in a foul mood and come over and sit right next to me. She probably wanted me to talk to her. I was not in the mood. And so I just let out the loudest, longest fart. The fucking baristas looked up. Dude, it made my day. It made my fucking day. And I just sat there with a smile on my face. Oh, I hope they all smelt it. Love y'all. Random ride. Wanna talk shit? Just call in. It's Random with Rob.
What up, everybody? This your boy B-Rob, and I'm back with another edition of the Random Rounds with Rob podcast. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you, the listener, for coming back each and every week, or however you listen to podcast. If you're a first-time listener, I appreciate you oh so much for giving my show a try. And if anybody recommended you to me, if you're in that vicinity, give them a crisp high five. And if you're not in their general vicinity, just go ahead and send them a message of thank you through your favorite social media app, which you can find me on all the platforms such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and exclusively on randomrobcast.com. I just threw that in there. That was the first time I ever I used that, incorporated into my intro. So I feel good about it. It felt confident. It just rolled off the tongue. I didn't stutter. I didn't in between the words. So I might try to keep that in there. But as per usual, have a guest with me today on this random day in the week. I met this person exclusively. I don't know why I'm using exclusively all of a fucking sudden.
That's like your favorite word for tonight is exclusively.
I know. You just heard her lovely voice there. I met her at exclusively at Comic Palooza a couple weekends ago. Great person, big personality. She got a lot to say. That's kind of why I wanted to get on the show, because I don't feel like she got it all out at the panel that we had together. So I have with me today one Miss Keisha of the Libra Lounge. How are you?
I am good, and just kind of like, I feel like I should be asleep, because it's that nice baby making weather, but I don't want to be making babies. I just kind of want to sleep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just chilling and kind of sitting here like a true fat girl. Just got done eating a piece of cheesecake in my bed. Scrolling through Pinterest.
See now, what's funny about that? We just had similar a nap or whatever. So we did. we went out earlier, me, the wife, and the kids here. Got some food, and I had a milkshake because I ate previous to taking them out. So I get home, and I lay across my bed, and I'm sipping this milkshake, just laid up against my headboard and shit. And I fell out. I went to sleep. I took a nap. And
you had the itis.
Yeah, from a freaking milkshake. What am I doing with my life?
Yeah, I mean, we're getting older. Yeah, we can't just drink a milkshake and be good and go out shopping, and socialize. A milkshake, I mean, you got the dairy in there. Mm-hmm. You don't know if it's going to upset your stomach.
Oh, I know it will for me.
The thickness is like, you know what? I think I deserve a nap after this milkshake.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it is.
My wife was laughing at me. Because I was just like dead man laid out across the bed, like head on the pillow, arms straight out to either side, legs just agape, and just laid out.
That's that good sleep. Like when you wake up, you're like, where the fuck am I at? What time is it? Why is it dark outside? Yeah, that's that good sleep.
Cause it was funny because like you text me, you was just like, it was 1 o'clock. I got up at like 6 something. I was like, I was taking a nap. It was like, well, shit, I was taking a nap too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, met you at Comic Palooza, was captivated by all the things that you were talking about on our panel for solo podcasters, or the inquiring minds of people who do solo podcasting and whatnot. And I invited you over. So, I mean, let's get back to the beginning, because I mean, there's a lot of things to unpack here. From what I remember.
True.
From what I remember, and don't hold it against me if I forget, because that's why I do an audio medium that I can record and recall later.
That's okay. I'll just correct you every single time you're wrong and point it out to everybody.
Very well. So it was a Saturday that we did our panel, right?
No, it was Sunday.
Okay, yeah. See, I'm just checking to see if you checking me.
I'm a woman. I don't forget shit. And plus, I'm petty. So I live for moments when I can correct the motherfucker on the spot.
Yeah, damn. But
you're like, God damn, is it too late to get somebody else to talk to instead of this host?
I just old school. Y'all be in here like, I'm driving through a tunnel. Let me call you back.
No. All right, can you hear me?
Your audio cutting out. Be like,
Right.
But
I feel you.
You have an interesting start into the world of podcasting from any other person that I've known that do a show and whatnot. So let's talk a little bit about that. What got you into podcasting?
Honestly, I knew about podcasts, didn't get it, I really got started. Let's see, we've been doing this on our own for a year, and then 6 months prior to that, my friend had tagged me on a post on Facebook, and there was an internet radio station, and they were looking for new hosts. So we had to send in all of our info and things like that, and one of the owners, he read mine, he's like, you have to have a show. And I was just, being my normal self, and he thought I was making the stuff up that I was sending to him, and I'm like, negative. So from there, that is how the Libra Lounge with Keisha began. During that whole process, it was basically they wanted to have business owners, and I was a triple business owner, but they wanted a show that was entertainment-based. So with mine, we cover a lot of celebrity news and gossip. We do fashion, whatever hot topics are, and I always have guests come in. And, it got to where my show was the most popular show on that internet radio. But one of the owners just didn't like that. He wanted to put me inside of a box, and my ass just don't fit inside of a box. So, we went our separate ways, and that's when my husband and I started actually producing the show. We left that internet radio station, and then the following week, without, skipping a beat, we had a studio set up in our home. And from there, it just has grown. It still surprises me that how big it's gotten. And, we've been fortunate enough to have some really fantastic guests. And, we've been invited to some places to interview people that, I'm just like, oh, wow, what made them think to invite us to come out and broadcast? So that's pretty much the story of the Libra Lounge with Keisha. I'm sure if my husband were right here, he'd have like 99 other things to say about it. But that is it in a nutshell.
Oh man! But prior to, I know you was talking about the radio, the internet radio spot and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Did you have any previous broadcasting experience before then?
Absolutely not. I mean, I think I came out of the womb, according to my parents, performing. So most people don't believe that I was extremely shy when I was little. I mean, I used to hide behind my mom's skirt, that kind of shy. I went to Catholic school, and they started having, started picking some of the kids that they felt were good speakers to start speaking during Mass. And whenever there was an event or something like that, they, would select me to be a speaker. And once I went to, high school, I did cheerleading, drama, speech, all that kind of stuff. So I don't think it really surprises people who know me that I'm doing something like this now. I've always wanted to be in the entertainment field, but, life happens, and you're like, am I going to try to move to L.A.? Am I going to have to sell my ass to try to make a living, or am I going to really get a 9-to-5 and earn a paycheck, which is what I did. I was a child social worker for years and years and years. But no broadcasting. I never even been inside of a radio station before. This is how bad I was on my first show. The little, what do they call them? The cans that you put on your ears?
Yeah.
I had them inside out.
Yeah.
So one of the owners, he's like, he goes, are you going to turn those around? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you're not going to be able to hear anything. So yes, that explains that I had no experience at all broadcasting. So I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But we worked it out.
I'm not trying to be funny or, come off a certain way or whatever, but when you was talking about being the social worker or whatever, I was like, man, that seems about right.
Yeah, and and it was always the badass kids that always had to go to Miss Holman's office, or in a lot of cases wanted to go to Miss Holman's office, and I saved their asses from a lot of shit. I mean, I had the worst of the worst, but even though, their teachers saw them as being disruptive in class, and I'm like, they're just not challenged enough. Here's their backstory. And their teachers were like, bitch, I don't motherfucking care. His ass was standing on top of a desk. Get him out of my class. So yeah, and that social worker in me is still there. I can't help it. My mom says that I have always had the bring home the stray dog tendencies, you know, whether it were an actual animal or if it were a person. And, you know, it is kind of true. Case in point, this weekend, we drove to San Antonio to go rescue a pit bull from a shelter there to bring her all the way back down here to Dixon.
Yeah,
so, yeah, the social worker in me is still there.
Yeah, like literal stray dogs.
Yeah. You know, I just have a soft spot.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it be sometimes, I guess. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, if they don't have somebody in their life to be good to them, they need at least one, you know, just one person.
Yeah, and I need that person to be able to, you know, I have a soft heart, but I'm brutally honest.
Yeah.
You know, and so they're gonna get it's gonna be a nice mixture. It's gonna be some tenderness mixed with some, you know, some throws in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love you, but don't make me throw punch you, because I will. And then I'm gonna send you right on back to class, and you're gonna do good, right? So yeah, that's my husband calls me a verbal samurai. Word.
Now, and that's an interesting point too, because like. A thing that was brought up during the panel is you're the talent. Your husband is like the ninja behind the scenes doing all the work or whatever. And it does show because as you stated previous, we doing the panel and everything, and people asking us questions, and he just like in the crowd, right. Like, yeah, but actually, you know, and he put his finger on his nose and push his glasses up and shit. But matter of fact. Exclusively.
Yeah, he is exclusive. He is the exclusive producer of the Libra Lounge with Keisha. So, okay, I'm gonna be brutally honest right now. So, yeah, I always pull out the I'm the talent card because I'm just fucking lazy. I don't want to figure out how to do all of that production shit. I want to sit down and talk because I'm fucking lazy. I don't want to mess with lights. I don't want to mess with sound. I don't want to mess with a computer. I just want to talk. I have the gift of gab, but it's really because I'm lazy. He's tried to teach me some of those things and asked me if I'm interested in learning those things. No, I'm good, bro. No, that's all you right there. That's all you. So yeah.
I get it. I go through a little bit of the things at the house as well, so I get how it goes down. But
yeah,
how did that even come into being? If you don't mind me getting a little personal, I mean, how did you find each other?
Ooh, okay. So he and I actually graduated high school together.
Word.
Same class, everything, but we didn't date in high school. He was a football player. I was a cheerleader. Okay, so here's a funny thing. So it was our freshman year.
Kind of sounds like a Taylor Swift song.
It sounds like a what?
It kind of sounds like a Taylor Swift song.
It does. Let me start writing these lyrics down right now. See if I can find me a dope country beat. So we were sitting at a football game, and we kind of flirted, and we held hands, and that was really it. And then the next week, he had written me a letter, saying, "Oh, I'm going to take you on the rodeo of love." And I was at cheerleading practice. I know. How fucking corny is that? That's why he ain't getting none back then. So I was at cheerleading practice, and I showed all my friends. I know that was a total bitch move. But, after we graduated, he went off to school in Colorado. We both started building our own lives, and our 10-year high school reunion came up, and I was over that. And then I had always wondered, where he was, what he was doing, or stuff like that. And then we reconnected. He was married and had a stepson and had a 2-year-old, and I was single, and I had my daughter, who was 4 at the time. We just started talking. We didn't cross any lines or anything like that. We just, started talking, and shit, like 3 months later, he and his wife separated, and I've been there since then.
I know. Yeah, it was your fault. That was your fault.
You got to make him. No, I know, right? You know what? So everyone says that, but honestly, it really wasn't true. I mean, we liked each other, but I mean, he was married. Mm-hmm. and I was just, when she left, I slid right on in there, and here we are 11 years later.
Word. That's how long me and my old lady been together.
Yeah, that's a long ass time.
Yeah, it is. I mean, when I revisited, I
wonder, do you get on your wife's nerves like James be getting on mine?
Oh, I get on mine constantly. Sometimes it's on purpose.
I feel that way too until it gets up and I'm like, James, don't make me get that motherfucking knife and stab your ass, okay? Because I'm not above stabbing a motherfucker. But 11 years is a long time to be with someone.
Yeah, and it don't get that violent. I don't think I got the knife threat yet. She would threaten me with like fist to fist violence before she hit me with the knife. And I don't think that we got to that level yet. I think that might be around. The tolerance level over here is a little bit lower than it is over there.
Yes, I'm aggressive. Yeah. Yes, I will snatch a hoe up, and yeah. So yeah, I mean, he can put up with me, and I clearly I can put up with his ass. So Yeah.
So like, when did you realize his awesome tech abilities and whatnot and all this stuff? Or is he just the one to be like? Because this is how I am with my wife. My wife come in, she'd be like, I'm interested in this. And then I make it my job to be like, all right, to verse myself in the thing that she's interested in, because I'm going to ultimately be the motherfucker.
Yes, that's pretty much how it happens here. Luckily, my husband is an engineer. He's an electrical engineer. He's a tested fucking genius. He'll probably give me side eye if I don't mention that. So there's pretty much anything technical he can do. And just like what you said, whenever I say, hey, because I get harebrained ideas all the time.
Oh yeah.
And he just like you throws himself into it. I mean, I don't even want to know how much money he spent setting up our studio, because I'd probably be pretty pissed off. But yeah, it's funny because a lot of our audience, they know him as Producer James.
Yeah.
But then people will say, they think that's his only job. I'm like, no, we would be living in a cardboard box. No, he has his own career, and this is, and we both do, because I own a boutique and I also do event planning. So we both have other careers, but the Libra Lounge with Keisha is something that we both are very passionate about, and whatever needs to be done technically, he does. He makes it happen, even through all of my bitching and fussing and fighting. He still makes it happen, and I don't have to worry about someone fucking me over. You know what I mean? It's my husband. I know he's got my best interest, and this show, we've invested a lot of time and money into it, so we take it pretty seriously. I think he takes it a little bit more seriously than I do. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, we can't miss 1 week? No, Keisha. No, Keish. I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, I'm tired. The housewives about to come on and shit. I got to DVR it. Like, literally, there's times that I will have a guest, and as soon as their hour is up, I'm like, I got to go. Housewives of New Jersey is on, and I'm not trying to miss that shit. So, yeah, it is a part of our lives, and it has introduced us to some great people and some really fantastic opportunities. So, yeah, he's all about it.
Word. Now, triple business owner, I mean, how did that come into existence? Because, I mean, it's something that I'm interested in. We spoke about it a little bit offline after the panel at Comic Palooza and whatnot. Yeah. So I'm just interested into your rise into not only one thing, but 3 things.
Yeah, it's funny how that happened. So I was approaching my 7th year at the campus that I was at. And towards the end of the year before, James and I have been together 11 years, but we've only been married for 4. So we were planning a big wedding, and so we were both doing boot camp and, all that kind of shit. And I'm the type of person when I would throw up during boot camp, piss myself, and I was not cute during boot camp. So, we were getting ready for that, and then I started noticing that my right hand was hurting, and it was, numb and tingling, and it just wouldn't stop. So I really thought I had carpal tunnel syndrome. And then from there, one morning, I was just like, damn, I'm like, I can't even really move my neck, So called the doctor, went there. They gave me I think it was a cortisone shot and some steroids. And they're like, you probably got a pinched nerve. I'm like, yeah, okay, that sounds about right. And then maybe a couple of weeks later, I was in bed and I could not move. I had to call my husband, and he was like, what do you mean you can't move? I'm like, I can't move. I can't get out of bed. That is how excruciating the pain was. So then, of course, that was lots of trips to the doctor, lots of blood work, and they're like, we don't know what's wrong. So, I'm like, okay, man, it can't just be the working out, So time went on, and it was so bad that my husband was having to help me get dressed, as well as my daughter. And then, when I would work, whenever I was on my lunch break, I was going out to my truck and going to sleep because I was just exhausted all the time. And then I told my PCP, I'm like, I'm crazy, but I'm not that goddamn crazy. There is something wrong with me. And then one day he called in and, they say your rheumatoids are high. I'm like, okay. What the fuck is a rheumatoid? I never heard that word before. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what does that mean? And they're like, well, you're going to have to see a rheumatologist. I'm like, okay. So long story short, I was diagnosed with lupus. Mm-hmm. And, my husband was like, we don't know about this disease. I don't think you need to go back. And I was like, oh, okay. Are you sure you don't want me to work? That was like music to my fucking ears. Mm-hmm. So, 3 months after that diagnosis, I was in the hospital with type 1 and type 2 diabetes, which is very unheard of. It just was, I had both of those. I was insulin resistant. I had very high testosterone. So my testosterone was double what it was supposed to be for a man. So literally, I was going to grow a dick instead of balls any day. Yeah. I was taking like 20 pills a day between the lupus and the diabetes, taking 5 insulin shots a day, and I would still be walking around and my sugars would be like 600. And it got to the point I was on an insulin pump. And so it was crazy. They even took my case to the top endocrinologist in the world, and they were like, we don't know what the fuck is wrong with her, So it literally overnight, the diabetes went away. And people look at me, they're like, what do you mean just went away? It just went away. So then I was like, okay, I'm kind of bored. And I was like, I need something to do. And my husband's birthday was coming up, and he's a big Game of Thrones fan, and I created a Game of Thrones party for him, and everyone just was going insane over the decor and stuff that I made, and people started calling me to do parties. So from there, I became an event planner, and then that wasn't enough. I'm like, I'm still a little bit bored. And so we kind of opened up an online boutique, and then when you add that on to, the Libra Lounge, there you go. Those are my 3 gigs.
Yeah, damn. That was a hell of a workaround to get to shit.
I know, right?
So you had to get diabetes to get to your empire.
You know what? It's really true. It's like sometimes you got to make a bitch sick for it to do right, because I would have still been, being a social worker, which I loved, but, there was other things inside of me that I wanted to explore. So, yeah, bitch had to damn near die.
Yeah, damn.
To see the light. Yeah.
That's freaking crazy. I ain't laughing at you, but goddamn.
Yeah, it was rough and it was scary, and now we can kind of laugh about it. But my parents would call me every morning at 5:30, both of them, one after the other, and they're like, "How you feeling today?" I'm like, "God damn, I don't know. I'm fucking sleep. I feel sleepy. That's how I feel." But they were just really, really scared. I mean, we had some scary incidents, with me like passing out and all kinds of shit. I just don't know how to act right, basically. Always doing something for attention.
So we got the thing about the party planning and whatnot. The boutique. What was the steps leading into that?
Yeah. I was just like, people would always ask me like for ideas, like, oh, I want to get a shirt made, what should I do? And then we just, I hooked up with some partners and we started doing shirts and all kinds of like decor things and stuff like that. And we only opened the actual physical boutique last month.
Okay.
And we put that together in a month. Because when we got the spot, it wasn't for the boutique. It was really for, I wanted the studio out of the house. I'm like, okay, we've got all these guests. Now the damn guests are bringing the entourages. I'm like, it's time for us to move up. Mm-hmm. And so we got that. And then I'm like, oh, well, I'm not monopolizing on all this space. Let's open up a fucking boutique. Mm-hmm. And what does James say? That's a great idea. I'm like, fuck. So, yeah, we got it together in 1 month, including, all the vendors in my store are female-owned small business owners. We did a big grand opening and all of that stuff. And it is, I think I was less stressed out when I brought home a newborn baby than I was during that whole trying to get that shit opening together.
Well, damn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, the boutique started off totally online, right?
Yeah, to be honest with you, it was totally by phone. If you really want to get technical, it was totally by phone. People will call me, text me, hey, I want this shirt, I want this mini, I want this color, I want this design. And then it was really like spirit gear, with the boutique that we have now, we still do custom items, but we actually just have a full boutique where we've got clothes, for regular sizes, plus sizes. We sell tees, we sell wreaths, door hangers, sarcastic teacups. We sell Louis Vuitton, upcycled Louis Vuitton purses, lotions, it's everything there. So,
word. This is freaking amazing. This has inspired me to do things. I don't want to bring motherfuckers to my house though, but
yeah.
Because honestly, I don't have a problem with it because I personally don't give a fuck, but I got babies running around here, so.
Yeah, and I didn't mind because we had the space. But here's the thing: is that in our bedroom there is a second staircase in the master bedroom that leads up to another room, and we weren't doing anything with it. Well, I was storing like my event planning stuff up there, and we turned that into the studio. So it wasn't just that they were in my house; they had to walk through my damn bedroom to get to the studio. And I'm just like, I don't feel like making my bed every goddamn time we have a show. It was time. It was time for us to move.
Word. Okay. Now, has the podcast any helped you in your other business ventures? Ventures. Yeah, it actually has, because through that we have created a line that is based on the Libra Lounge. So we've got T-shirts that I've come up with that are some of my catchphrases that I use on the show. We have a segment that's called Bitch Please, and we have a tank that says Bitch Please, and that's been one of our top sellers, and we've got some others, and I always get asked by, our audience members, they will, send me messages, asking for advice about starting a business. And, I even did a podcast that was a show that was called How to Start a Business When You're Broke. Because, well, shit, I need to find that one. That sounds like me.
Yes, it's actually one of our earlier shows is, how to start a business when you're broke, and things to do, because people always say, I don't have the money. And I get it, I completely get it. But it's doable. Is it a little bit harder? Yeah, but it'll make you appreciate the shit that you do have. So yeah, they asked me a lot of advice about that, and we just opened our online store for the boutique. So of course, we advertise that on the Libra Lounge with Keisha podcast as well.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Now, when it comes to the aspect of design and whatnot, that's one of the I think the best parts I enjoy when I try to craft my own merch and whatnot or whatever.
Right.
Do you have total hands on that, or do you kind of outsource the idea and have somebody bring it back to you?
I do work with a graphic artist, and we've been working together from the start, from the very start, as far as us doing T-shirts and things like that. So she knows my style. I will give her an idea and say, hey, this is what I want. This is what I want it to look like. And we just kind of go back and forth with one another. Her husband says we share a brain sometimes just because we get each other. So, yeah, I'm very hands-on, but I don't physically actually do the heat pressing or the screen printing or anything. No, I don't want to learn how to do all that shit. I'm the total creative, and that's just like I said, I'm the talent. I'm the total creative in that. And, again, I was able to find someone who I really trust and, who wants to see me succeed, because there's a lot of fucking hating ass bitches out there. Like, so real. And I've had to deal with them, and I've been fucked over a few times by different people. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And not in the aspect of people fucking you over or whatever, but like I just feel like I need to be in control of every damn thing.
Oh yeah.
So because like I'm trying to do everything right now because like I enjoy the merch, everything the way it is right now. I make the design, I shoot it to the third party, they mock it up, they print it and ship it. I pay them the fee, I get the extra. So I rather enjoy that because I mean I could just sit here and draw ass load of designs and be like, pew, take that shit. But the profit though, it's like they obviously they doing all the work, but I'm seeing the small end of the profit. And right now I'm just working to cut out the middleman. I want to do the shit myself. So I am the motherfucker looking into the vinyl cutter and the heat press and the transfer paper and all that shit. And the shit is fucking scary, man. But
oh yeah, I mean, I tell people all the time, no, if I were trying to heat press that, my shit would be all lopsided, wrinkled, and just no. I know what I'm good at, and I, have a person that we work well together. And yeah, basically, I am the middleman. But that's okay with me because I'm still getting paid. You know what I mean? So it's a partnership that we both have. And, we do the percentages, right, where we both benefit well from it. So it works out because I don't have time to, learn how to do that. And I don't want to, I just don't want to do it. You know what I mean? I just flat out don't want to do that shit. It don't look like fun to me. It looks hot to me. And if it's something that is sweat inducing, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to say, hell, motherfucker, no, I ain't doing that. So it works out perfectly for me. I love it. And I see what I totally get what you're saying. And, in the very beginning, I was like that as well, because of the control issue. And I did get to a point, I'm like, I have to trust and work with other people to get to where I'm going. Otherwise, I'm like, it's going to take me 5 years to even learn how to fucking do this machine. And I think about in 5 years, how much money could I have made just working with someone else? And for us, it has worked. It really has. So that getting that transfer stuff on and that vinyl, I don't know, that's not for me. I wish you the best of luck with it, though.
Well, I'll give you a report once we get everything cracking.
Please, no, I want you to videotape it because I want to see how many times you fuck up. I want to see if you burn your fingers. I want to see if you're going to have fingerprint, if they can even do your fingerprint after that, unless you burn it all off. I want to see stuff fall on your toes. I want to hear you say, God damn it. I want to see it all. You need to document it.
Oh, well, I say God damn it just for the hell of it. So, I mean, that ain't nothing new.
Right.
But yeah, I had a small taste of it, way back when I was younger and whatnot. I just, I did it like super entrepreneur cheap way. I just went to Walmart, found some iron-on transfer paper, ran that bitch through the printer, and just was ironing bitches on in the kitchen. Just nah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I made decent money on it, but at the time I didn't know what to do, and just dealing with a lot of these third party people or whatever, I kind of got a better grasp on, like, if I'm to do the shit myself, the margins that I can charge for my work. Because then it was just like I was only getting paid to buy more material to make more to sell the shit, you know. So I wouldn't get no profit. And then for me, it was kind of like I just wanted to get my shit out there. I mean, it was something that I made that somebody wanted, you know, and that just that aspect of it was like, oh, that's fucking cool. And then I was just like, every 10, 20 minutes, I got to go to Walmart and get some more packets of iron-on transfers and shit. I was like, wait a minute.
And it's expensive. It gets expensive. You know, the people, you know, that I partnered with, they've got that on lock. So they get huge discounts on stuff. Whereas, you know, if I keep going to Hobby Lobby or Michael's to go keep getting supplies, where they get that for like dollars, you know what I mean? Like low, like $1 or $2 and stuff like that. And I was, you know, you get to a point, you're like, in order for me to make a profit for this, I'm going to have to sell this shirt for more. And then you look at it like every goddamn bitch who has a circuit machine thinks that they, you know, can open a business, and that's just not the case at all.
Yeah.
But you have to think you have to look at your competitors. Mm-hmm. You know, you got someone who can do what you're doing faster and cheaper, so they're going to make more money. Whereas you're having to spend all this money, you know, and time having to go back and forth to do things, and you gotta bump your prices up.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I was just like, you know, this is the best case scenario with me. Yeah, but it's nothing like someone posting a picture of something that you know, designed. Yeah. It's a pretty cool feeling.
Man, yeah, it fucking blew my mind. Like to see the very first shirt of my creation to be on somebody else's body other than mine. Yeah. I was just like, well, damn. That's my shirt. Then, you know, they giving you a little shout out. You feel like you know, Versace or Gucci or, you know, I'm a real designer, you know. But yeah, it's a really cool feeling. It is hard work, especially when you're having to do all aspects of it yourself. And then, of course, you got your career, and it's a lot. Yeah, and and then I feel bad sometimes because like there's so many cool people through podcasting that I've met. And, you know, I network with and whatnot. And I just want to send them shit. But at the same time, I'm paying for that shit to give you free shit.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I mean, if I do it myself, then, you know, that's something completely different. It'll be a smaller margin, you know, of expense. But for me to go to my third party for this little simple ass shit that I could do in 5 minutes and send out for a hell of a lot cheaper, you know, that's kind of what I'm into. Right.
Totally get that.
Yeah. And now I know you kind of have the business that caters to your podcast, but I kind of want to do something like that, but you know, here I am discussing behind this curtain shit. I kind of want to do it on the reverse, you know, kind of in the vein of what I was just talking about. And, you know, we network and we work with so many people in the podcasting game or whatever. And I feel like, you know, there's a lot of people I know that have, you know, are very talented and they're better at this shit than I am. Just like how you were saying with the, just like you were saying with the merchandise shit. I mean, there's always going to be somebody that can print faster, do better or whatever than what you are. You just got to find your groove and find your niche, you know?
Yeah. You got to find what works best for you.
Yeah. But like, here are how we are, kind of like, you know, the kinship between us. You know, you're talking about being a social worker and, you know, always have the heart to help somebody and, you know, give them that tough love or whatever. And I kind of feel like that in the same way, to where like I want to try to put people on that they don't see the potential in themselves. So whenever I make the come up, because, you know, you got to say you will do it, because if you just like, I might do it, you ain't gonna feel yourself, you know, you ain't gonna follow through. Yeah. You know, I want to have the ability to put other people on, because I know so many talented people, but they just like, they need that push, and I want to be the push.
Oh God. Yeah. I have to do many therapy sessions with my friends who are also business owners. You know, one case, and that's part of the reason that I'm so proud of the boutique, is because we have, like I said, all of our vendors are small business owners who are female. Mm-hmm. So they have their full-time jobs. They're, you know, they're wives, they're raising kids and things like that. I have one vendor in particular, she started selling hair bundles, you know, and it was through that phase. It was like, okay, wait a minute. 6 years ago, every black person, you know, wanted to sell your hair bundles. 5 years after that, now all black people want to fix your credit.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, okay, it seems like if everybody's doing it, I mean, you got to make yourself stand out. And this particular vendor, you know, she thinks she goes, you tell me the truth. You don't baby me. You tell me the truth. I mean, because she was like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I'm like, how much did you invest in this business? And she told me, oh, no, we're not about to quit. No, you got to make all that money back and then some. And I said, you know, have you done everything that you can do for this business? Have you done everything? And she's like, no. I'm like, well, bitch, you ain't through then. You can't stop. You know, no. So, you know, I have her stuff in my boutique. And it's hard, and we do have to lift one another up. And you know, I'm that bitch. I'm gonna tell you the straight truth. And because there's times I want to give up too. You know, I'll have my little snot crying in the corner day, but I'm like, the next day I got to get my ass up and get back to grinding. And you're supposed to struggle when you're a business owner. It's not supposed to be easy at the beginning, you know. And I always say Coke is not sitting around wondering what the fuck Pepsi is doing, because shit, they're Coca-Cola. Yeah. And that's kind of how I look at it. I don't have to, there's always going to be someone who's going to copy off of you. And I always tell people that my personality, my essence is what makes things that I do good. That is what the other person doesn't have. You know, we may be doing the same shirt, but the same person comes and buys mine because that is that little bit of twist in it. And, you know, and it's because there's competition is not going to stop. It's steady, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, you got to keep hustling.
Yeah. And, you know, another thing that's, you know, because this is infancy stuff that I'm talking about. It's just like I get buku into buyer's remorse. It's like,
oh, yeah. Oh, man. Yes.
I was like, I want that thing right there. But if I buy that one thing for this price, you know how much little shit I could buy with that same amount.
And see, that's the difference with that. Me and James get into arguments about that because I know what it's like to be poor. He don't. You know what I mean? And I say the same thing you said. I was like, do you know how many things I could have bought with what you just spent on that one goddamn thing? That's how I think. So, you know, that would cause an argument. And we have finally gotten to the point where I'm just like, just get it. Don't tell me. I probably won't even notice that you got the shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to equipment for the Libra Lounge. I don't notice the new shit that he buys. So I told him, just do it. Because if you tell me you're thinking about doing it, or if you ask me 9 times out of 10, I'm going to say no. But, yeah, I get that buyer's remorse. I'm just like, oh, man. So, yeah, he is in charge of all of that. With the boutique things, I do value his opinion a little bit. Don't ever tell him I said that, okay?
I'll edit that
That's
out.
between you and me and your audience. He can't never know I said that. I do value, because he keeps me on track, because I'm not a budget person at all. He is. I'm like, ooh, I like that. We should just, you know, so it balances. It's a good balance between the two of us. But then I always have that struggle right in the back of my mind, like, you know, what else could we have done with that money? So, yeah, I totally feel you on that.
Yeah. It's just like, it's to the point now to where I'm forecasting my paycheck, and it's just like I'm looking at it, I was like, all right, I got this covered. And, you know, bills is straight. So if I take this, I can put this in savings. I can take that and move this over here. And I'm just like, I'm Jediing my goddamn shit before I get the motherfucker, you know?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, but it's going to work out because I don't plan on quitting. I mean, it's here now. Fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't no going back now.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I damn...
And it'll all be worth it one day.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I got the damn circuit cutter on the way.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
you on your way right now. Do you have your heat press?
I got to I got to piecemeal it because damn, it's just like I was saying. It's just like, all right, I got this money now, and I can buy this thing
right,
here.
Exactly.
But I know I need to do this shit over here, so I'm gonna just get this now. And
yeah.
What I'm finding is that goddamn the Facebook Marketplace and other places turning into my friend. Yes.
It you know, people, they see my boutique and they're like, oh my gosh, how'd you get? If they, Facebook Marketplace, we did go to Harlan to buy some of the display items. I did go to TJ Maxx to buy some of the display items. Some of the bigger bulk things we did, you know, go to wholesalers that are specifically for those kind of things. But it was a little bit of everything. You know, I'm like, you can make shit look like it's $1 million and you only fit, you know, $2,500. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's your style, and you know, I knew how I wanted it to look. I knew the exact aesthetic that I wanted, and we built from that vision. You know, and it was. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, we ain't gonna be able to pull this shit off, but we were. I'm just like, because I knew what I wanted, and I'm the type of person. If I can't have it how I want it, I don't want it at all. But yeah, we pulled it together, and I'm very happy with how it looks. But yeah, there was some shit that, I mean, the mirrors in my dressing room came from Walmart.
Word, yeah.
So, you know.
And I know that,
you know,
if I would have seen them.
Yeah, I've got, you know, they're from Walmart. And, I mean, some stuff, a lot of stuff my husband actually built. And people are always surprised, but yeah, he built a lot of that stuff. I said, look, this is what I want. This is how I want it. And he went out and he made it happen.
Word.
But yeah, you shit. With Facebook Marketplace, that's my shit right there.
Yeah. Just like, I had this motherfucker here. I ain't gonna put him too much on blast, but I'm scrolling through. I'm at work, you know, on my break and whatnot. I'm scrolling through, and I see something I want, and I just like the price that he offering is $10 more for one. Fuck it, I can get into specifics. It's not like I'm buying drugs or nothing, but it was a original. There was some leisure shit. It was a original Xbox, and the price that he had with everything that it came with, he had two of them. He had two systems, games, and you know, the controllers, all that shit. It worked, and the price that he was charging was the price of one if I went to a retail store. So I was like, bet. I was like, dog, I'm 10 minutes away from your house, but I don't get off work till 1 o'clock. Can you hold it till I get there? And he's like, sure, no problem. So 1 o'clock roll around, and he's like, hey man, could you give me at least 30 minutes or so? Because I probably won't be there to the house until 1:30. I was like, sure, no problem. So where'd I go? Walmart. Just walking around, chilling and shit or whatever. And so I was like, all right, this is a little bit after 1:30. Start driving to the house. I'm like, about to pull in this motherfucking driveway. I pull up the instant messenger to let them know that I was almost there. And the thing said sold. His thing said sold. So I was like, yeah, no problem, because he about to sell it to me.
Oh.
So I was like, hey, man.
He sold your shit?
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, man, I'm almost there. He's like, I sold that. I was like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, like you're supposed to do a courtesy, like, hey, I got somebody in my house right now. Do you still want this? He said, dang, you wrong for that. That is not how Facebook Marketplace. He fucked up on the rules with that one.
Yeah. I'm about to fuck up his customer rating, and son of a bitch.
You need to. That's exactly what you need to do. Yes, he's supposed to give you a courtesy. Look, yeah, if you say you're going to hold something, you hold it. I mean, if you're late picking it up, you still give a courtesy. Hey, do you still want this? I'm about to sell it. But yeah, he had you all the way fucked up that day.
Shit, and then damn, my wife wanted a row machine, you know, to exercise with. Found one for $40, and when it's normally like 100 or something. But damn, I had to had an hour trip both ways. Well, not both ways, but like round trip to go get the motherfucker. And I didn't realize that till I got in the truck. And then I'm just like, well, fuck it, I'm already driving.
Yeah, all right. Now, let me ask you, because I know you're always at Walmart. Do you go to the same Walmart, or do you go to different ones?
Since I've moved to the great city of Houston, Texas, I've been to multiple, because when I first moved here, I did not have a fucking job. So I went all over this motherfucker. You know, I went to the east side, the west side, south side, north side. I'd be driving on the highway. I was like, oh, that's a Walmart. I'm gonna get off on this exit and I'm gonna just walk through that bitch. So damn, within the past 3 years at the Walmart shit that's been going on, a good majority of it is just different locations in Houston. But since we moved in, I started working steadily and whatnot. It's just been whatever one is in the vicinity of my house. So
So, like, do they know you when you come? Do they like, hey, what's up? Do people think you work there? Do they think you're a stalker?
Well,
you know, do you have those people wondering why the fuck you're always there and why are you always filming on your phone there?
well, no, it never came to that or whatever. But like most recently, here at the Walmart by my house, there's one dude that knows who I am because I had it was like right off of Comic Palooza. And it wasn't because of Comic Palooza. It's because I had my Panda shirt on, the one I got made. And he's like, man, he's like, that's a cool damn shirt. He said, that would look good on a white sweater. Which I was like, yeah, if you buy this motherfucker, I put it on anything you want. so
right?
Me and him got into a conversation about it. He was talking about the shirt and whatnot. And then, you know, we just, no shit. He was the greeter up front. And me and this motherfucker is in here talking while people trying to give him receipts and shit. And, well, if you're at Walmart, customers, if you're listening to me, your frequent goes to Walmart. If the motherfucker don't ask you for the receipt, don't bring it to him. Just walk your ass outside.
Just keep walking. But it's that fear, though. It is that fear of, because I don't go to Walmart that often. I ain't gonna lie. I'm snobbish. I go to Target. But every now and then I will go to Walmart. But it is that fear that you have that you're going to get up there. You're going to think that the greeter is not going to ask you for it. Then they stop you. Then you got to go digging in your purse to find the receipt. It's an anxiety that we want to get. We feel like we have to show that receipt. We got to follow the rules because you don't want to get an ignorant-ass Walmart greeter. Embarrass you and everything. Get on the mic talking about this person. I need you as security up here, and they don't have the receipt. It's anxiety. Man. I know it is for me.
Nah, my brother, I got a brother that live here, and we went to Walmart one day. I seen this motherfucker click off safe behind that shit one time. I believe he bought the thing, and he was going out to the car, but he went back in. And then it was the same greeter was like, hey, can I see your receipt? He's like, nah, fuck that. I ain't showing you shit. Yeah, I was like, whoa, brother. I said, what did he do? Did he punch your dog? What the fuck going on?
It's, you know what? It's part of it's like people steal from Walmart all the time, but they never catch the person stealing. They want to harass the motherfucker that just been half their paycheck there, got the receipt. Those are the people they want to fucking embarrass. It's like, okay, do you see that woman over there with that whole microwave underneath her dress? So you're just not gonna stop her at all. Yeah. You know. So yeah, it's that. I'm like a brother. I'm like, no, I ain't showing you a goddamn thing. Yeah,
that's just like we had a saying in the Marine Corps. Is just like there's only one thief, and everybody else is just trying to get their stuff back.
Exactly.
Yeah, but exactly. What tickle me a lot of the times is you can tell what caliber of neighborhood that you in by the certain amount of products that are locked up in cases. So like you go to some places, the hair products are locked up, the condoms are locked up, the freaking I think I seen
really?
The razors are locked up. I was like,
no.
So yeah,
I've never seen that.
Man, yeah, I seen the whole the Planned Parenthood section was locked down. I mean, the rubbers
all locked up. If y'all see how some of these people out here parenting, they need to get that shit away for free.
That's exactly what the fuck I'm saying. I was like, how is you gonna be this hardcore on protecting condoms?
Exactly. Shit? I'm like, nah, y'all need to have that easy access. Just throw a box of condoms in everybody's bag before they leave.
Yeah.
Don't have that hard. Don't make that too hard for them to get because then, bitch beating got pregnant 12 times and,
but that's the thing. That's the thing, though. That's what Walmart wants because you're creating more customers.
Because they go buy there. We on to you, Walmart. We are on to you.
Yeah, but like I see people get all bent up about it because I seen a post on Facebook not too long ago. Motherfuckers was mad because they locked up all the black hair products. And I was like, well, motherfucker, quit stealing the shit, and then it wouldn't lock it up.
I know, right?
So, I mean, the only reason
and it's already the smallest damn section at Walmart. Yeah, you know what I mean. Stop stealing the shit.
Yeah, it's just like they're not doing it just to fuck with you. They're doing it because y'all stealing the shit.
Yeah. Before you start calling Quanell X and starting to protest the shit. Think about this for a second. There has to be a rational reason why they're doing this. And black folks, we know how we act. We know we feel. So that's why the shit is locked up. Can't get back.
Yeah. And then, I just look at, life in the whole perspective of things. It's just like when you get a cup of coffee from Walmart. I mean, not Walmart, McDonald's. On the cup, it says, hey, motherfucker, this shit is hot. It's coffee. Common sense. It says that on the damn cup. Not exactly in those words, but it's just letting you know.
Right.
Because one motherfucker burnt his goddamn, or a lady burnt herself pretty bad.
An old lady, yep.
Yeah. And she got $7 million out of their ass. So now.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, go call me. I mean, do what you got to do. I don't need these lips. $7 million. That, and I bet that bitch was all right. She's probably dead by now because she was like 99 when that shit happened.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm that type of person that I go to a store and I try to find the wet spot. I look for the mop bucket. I hope that it's just a little drop of something wet on the floor so my ass can slip and slide in and win a whole lawsuit.
Yeah.
I'm not above it.
I'm going to sue for $150 million. We can sell
Yes.
Oh, man. Shit, what was it? One historic story or whatever that I find highly hilarious. Lady went to an RV dealership, bought a brand new RV. The salesperson showed her all around the RV, sold her the RV, and she bought the thing and she took it out on a road trip. So this motherfucker hit the cruise control, got up out the driver's seat, went in the back, and made her a motherfucking sandwich.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, so I'll slow it down for you. She bought her RV.
No, I got it. I fully got it. So basically, this bitch thought we were in the future, and she had one of those auto driving vehicles.
Yeah. So she sued.
Okay.
She sued and got paid.
Did she win?
Yes.
No shit.
Because
Are you kidding me?
Because the motherfucker didn't tell her she couldn't do that.
Wow. But that's the society that we live in, though.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
That is our society.
I have never seen.
Went back and made a whole sandwich.
Yeah. RV.
Put the damn RV on cruise control. Ain't that about some shit?
Yeah. So, I mean.
I know she wasn't black.
More than likely.
But for one thing, a black woman ain't about to drive no RV. And secondly, they sure as hell ain't gonna pay her money for fucking fixing a sandwich and putting her damn the RV on cruise control. She was white.
But the whole ridiculousness of the situation is just like, I've never in my lifetime, and I can imagine the people that are in generations ahead of me in their lifetime have never seen a RV that drive its fucking self. I mean, at that point in time, because I know we got shit that drive itself all the time now, but at that point in time when that incident
still don't
happened,
have RVs that drive themselves.
Yeah, but at that point in time when that incident happened, we didn't have none of that shit. So I don't get why she thought this thing was so magical and powerful that it could, handle that task.
Bitch thought she was on the Jetsons and shit. Yeah.
I felt like the Jetsons the other day. Just that one instance in the beginning of in the intro, I pulled out my wallet and took some cash out to give to my wife, and she took my whole motherfucking wallet.
Yeah, that's how that's supposed to work. Yeah, that's exactly how it's supposed to work.
Now,
nobody told you?
Yeah. Now, I mean, your situation is kind of different because, I mean, you have sponsors for your podcast, and you have your own self, included. Sponsorship with your businesses. So, I mean, when it comes to sponsors and whatnot, what is that one product or that one company that would you like to support you and your efforts?
Like if I had a chance to, if I could select a sponsor for me?
Yes, correct.
Ooh.
I mean, I'll let you think on it, but can you guess what mine would be?
Target?
Well,
I'm thinking Target. That Costco. That's the kind of vibe I'm picking up. No, just kidding. Of course, it would be Walmart. Shit, they should be contacting you.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I reached out to their customer service line like months ago, inquiring about sponsorship or whatever. But Walmart is a machine, so I don't even know if that even made it to the inbox.
Yeah, that's lost. Yeah, that's up in space right now. That email.
Uh-huh.
If I had the ideal sponsor for my show, oh man, it would have to be like, I would love for like Ulta or Sephora to be a sponsor for my show, or Torrid, which they specialize in plus size women fashions. I would want something like that. More so I could get free products. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it's all free products. Yeah. And fuck Target too. As much money as I spent in Target, they owe me.
Yeah. And you know what? I like Target. Walmart is my preferred poison. But I will say on record, and I have said it many times before, Target has a superior electronics section to Walmart.
Oh, by far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do.
And then, they expanding here pretty soon for what I understand, because I talked to one of the sales reps. I was like, do you have this one thing that I need that I don't see out here? And it's like, no, we don't have that now, but we're expanding our electronics section. I was like, you just need to turn into a whole motherfucking electronics section, because I ain't buying none of this other shit in this motherfucker.
Right. Well, and then Target also doesn't have the razors and the condoms locked up.
True. True.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, those would be some pretty badass sponsors. I will say.
Yeah. I mean, basically, I'm down for just about anybody, but Walmart would be the dream, since I'm in that bitch just giving them free advertising or whatever.
All the time. Yeah, all the time. I mean, I actually thought you had a studio set up in Walmart.
And that's one of the goals, because I mean, I know. We was doing the panel or whatever, people was talking about, milestones and goals and everything. I really don't have any, which I stated during the panel, but that is a specific goal, to have a podcast live in the motherfucking Walmart.
Yeah. People, I think you should just show up one day and just do it, because Lord knows people go to Walmart and show up just to do any kind of random shit.
Yeah.
So it'll take you, between the time that the greeter alerts the manager alerts security. That's gonna be another hour and a half right there. I think your show will probably be over by the time security got to you. At least the security that's at fucking Walmart.
Yeah.
I think you should just go for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've done similar things to where, like, I had my son trail me with a camera, and I had two interviews that I did fully in Walmart. It was one with a local comedian here by the name of Foxy, and we was just walking around that motherfucker while my son was videotaping, and we just had a jolly old conversation. She called my son a motherfucker, so that was pretty cool.
Oh, I like her. She my kind of people right there.
And then we was like 3 sheets to the wind prior to anyway, so I mean, I didn't hold it against her.
Right. Yeah, I mean, hopefully one day one of those videos will go viral, and then boom, there you go. Me like, can I borrow, I don't know, $200,000 from you? I know Walmart one of your sponsors, so I know you good for it, right?
I mean, yeah. And that would go back to my previous statement. I was like, I see the people with the talent that have some potential, and if I had the means to be that push, I would do such.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I mean, if that's in the budget, I slip you a little bit. I see what's up.
Great, thank you. I appreciate it.
It might be a bartering system. I mean, I had to pimp your husband. I'll be like, hey man, come build me some shit real quick.
You can have them. No, that's not a problem at all.
Yeah. Shit. Damn, I had something that threw me off for a second.
Okay, so, here's something that's really, really funny.
Uh-huh.
So, as we're doing this interview, I'm actually watching my podcast, which I never watched my podcast, but it's on right now, so I added on. I don't know why I'm watching it, because I can't hear shit, but I'm just responding to people's comments on there. But, yeah, you actually forced me to sit my ass down and actually view my own shit.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Now maybe you get some more hands on with that motherfucker now.
All right.
I mean, is that one of your things or whatever? I mean, you don't go back and view or listen to your shows?
No, I don't. And my husband thinks it's the oddest thing, but I no, I don't. I don't go back and watch. I don't go back and listen. And he's like, I don't understand. I was like, shit, I was there. I know what I said. Yeah. I know how I look.
Well, I mean,
I'm know.
And then I'm forced to do it because I edit everything. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't have a white guy in my pocket like how you stated.
Yeah, right. Everyone needs a white guy in their pocket. Yes, you're so right. But no, I don't. He does. I mean, of course, he edits it, but he also listens to it like numerous times afterwards. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Well, I do that with interviews.
Weird because
Yeah, well, I do that with interviews that I enjoy because, like, I just wrapped up an interview with Chris Van Vliet. Damn, I said his name right yesterday, but damn, I fucked it up just now. And
he ain't gonna ever come back on your show.
Yeah, I know. He said he would, but he might hear this. Well, see, this is the.
So you couldn't even get my goddamn name right.
I said, well,
fuck you.
This is the power of technology. I can chop that out. I mean, he'll never know.
That's true, but I'm gonna call and tell him that.
Shit, God damn it. Well, his episode coming out soon, so I got to get his shit out there before this one come out.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, we had a bomb ass conversation last night. And I seen you where I went wrong in life because I'm just like a year older than him, and he's like highly successful, and I'm not. He got a mane of hair, and I'm bald. So yeah, he been doing he been doing some good shit. But I go back and listen to shit like that, especially like if I'm making a commute or I'm going somewhere, like Walmart. I play podcasts all the time. I don't even listen to the radio.
Yeah. It's weird because I actually only started listening to podcasts a couple of months ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
Now I'm totally addicted. Yeah, now I'm completely addicted. I actually turned on satellite radio on my truck the other day. I'm like, radio ain't shit. So, yeah, I'm addicted to podcasts now, But I listen to podcasts that, like my husband's like, of course you listen to that. I mean, I listen to the podcast that's like Teen Mom Trash Talk, Watch What Happened Live with Andy Cohen, Little Women Atlanta Recap. That's the kind of goofy ass shit that I watch because that's what I'm into. But I love it.
Mm-hmm. Now, seeing that eclectic list of shows that you just named and whatnot.
I know, right?
So, are you a love and hip hop, or you watch all that stuff?
Okay, so I did. I used to be totally addicted to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Mm-hmm. I watched all the way up to the season before Jocelyn left because I just fucking love Stevie. He cracked me up. Mm-hmm. I did watch Love and Hip Hop. What is it, L.A., the one that had Ray J on it?
Yeah.
But I think the last season that I watched it was when he pushed Princess in that pool. That shit right there is classic television right there.
Yeah.
So right now, my the reality shows, and I primarily watch reality TV. I watch Little Women Atlanta, which we've had one of their stars on our show.
Word.
I watch Little Women LA, Real Housewives of Potomac, and New Jersey. I could not get with Atlanta this year. It was just too much. Southern Charm. What else? Oh, Chris Lee Knows Best. Teen Mom 2. Mm-hmm. And I think that's it for what's on current. Yeah. But yeah, I used to watch Welcome to Sweetie Pies.
Okay.
I used to watch Billy the Exterminator. I just fucking love reality TV. I do. I want my own reality show.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would fit with you and what you're doing and whatnot. But like, me personally, I don't see the appeal to some of those things because like the ones to where it's tracking people that's doing a business or whatever. That's why I kind of say that yours would fit that mold because I mean, you have a business, you do a podcast. I mean, that would make for some interesting shit that I would watch. But like all this fucking love and hip hop and all this other crap, my wife watched that, and I'm just sitting there like. Every 10 minutes is like, bitch, nah, this bitch, nah, you bitch. And I'm just like, you like this because why?
Yeah, it's, you're right. And I guess since I've gotten a little bit older, I kind of got out of the love and hip hop space. But some of that shit's just, it's so fucking funny because it's just so dumb and outlandish. But yeah, my husband, he gets straight. What was I watching? And I watched RuPaul's Drag Race. That is like one that I just don't miss. We actually had one of their contestants on our show. And I think I was watching Mama June from Hot Till Not. And my husband, he actually stormed outside of the room. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are we going white boy crazy? Or you about to shoot up everybody in the house? I mean, what, talk to me, what's going on? He's like, I can't believe that nasty, fat, nasty hillbilly bitch has her own show and you don't have one. I was like, well, maybe it's because I'm not a, trashy, nasty, fat hillbilly woman.
Well, yeah,
maybe that's why I don't have one.
You're not a train wreck.
Exactly, yeah. So entertaining, I think I am, but a train wreck, nah. Mm-hmm. But it may happen one day.
Yeah. And then, with all this social media and freaking technology that regular people have at their disposal, I mean, it's not off to even think that you can just start it yourself. I mean, you got the studio, you got the equipment or access to it. I mean, just do your own shit.
Yeah, I think that's something that we kind of have looked into a little bit to kind of see what it does take. So that may be something that we do really explore in the very near future. I mean, of course, it's easier if you know somebody that knows somebody, but
well, I know somebody.
Yeah, who you know?
I know a production company by the name of 360 Visuals that I was a part of their film and a couple music videos. So I mean, I got somebody on the technical aspect of it.
Okay. Well, we may have to talk about that. I mean, it's something that I would love to do. Because people know, I'm like, I want to be a reality star. My goal in life is to be like the Real Housewives girls. And it just makes people laugh. And I'm like, why? I'm like, yes, that's what I want. So, I figure when the time is right, it'll happen, just like, everything has happened with all these other, businesses and ventures and things like that. Yeah. But yeah, I would absolutely be down for that. If someone called me right now and said, you know what, I think we want to follow you around with the camera, pay me, of course. We're interested in you being part of a reality show or your own. I'm like, where do I sign? I'm ready.
For sure. Now, for guests and whatnot, what's one that's on the top of your list? Or two. I'll give you your top three. What's your top three?
I want to Alyssa Edwards, who is a international drag queen who I'm just totally obsessed with her. And I'm not the person, like, I would want to interview Oprah to make my family proud. Yeah. You know what I mean? Give my parents something to brag about. But let's see, Teresa Giudice, who's one of the stars of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. And I have a list. I can't, now that I'm put on a spot, I can't think of everybody. Yeah. RuPaul, I mean, Tara Jolie, Big Frida. Those are some people that I would just, die to interview. Just because I have read their stories. I love a good backstory. A lot of them have had situations that would break other people down. For example, Tara Jolie, she's a little person and, was told no a lot just because, she's a dwarf. And I read her book and it's great. Big Frida, totally obsessed with Big Frida. It's another, I like hustlers. I like people who hustle. Big Frida is one of the hardest working entertainers out there. He, is a recording artist, but he's solely independent. So he literally works every single day. Yeah. And that's just fascinating to me. But if I had the big ones, of course, Oprah. Yeah. Obama. People like that. But yeah, I love. I'm fascinated by people that I guess you could say who are on reality TV, who have gone from reality TV and taken that and that platform and built their own platform and have done great things with it. So, yeah.
I thought about that as well. I mean, there's, any of those people that you name, I would welcome with open arms onto this show or whatever, but it's to the point to where, like, if you asked me who I would want on the show? Go ahead, ask me real quick.
So if you have the opportunity to, interview or have anyone on your show, who would you choose?
Anybody that would say yes.
Right?
Because that's basically what it is. Because, like, if I email you, I want you on the fucking show. I mean, so, like, I've been all over the spectrum. Because, like, I even do shit like I'll watch a TV show for the first time and I picked out, like, some background actor. I'm like, I want that motherfucker on the show.
Yeah.
And if he say yes, that's what it is.
Yeah, because, the thing about it is that everyone has an interesting story. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm a sucker for a backstory. And you're right. My husband always tells people Keisha can interview anybody. She can roll with it, Tonight we have a stand-up comedian who's on there. And, I mean, we act a damn fool. Mm-hmm. But the week before, I had a local politician on the show. So if you know how to interview someone, you can make it a good show. You can make it an entertaining show. I'm glad to have every guest that maybe like it's a couple of them that I wish had never been on the goddamn show. I ain't gonna lie. But pretty much every person that has been on there, I have been very, very happy that I have the opportunity to interview them. I mean, just in this year that we've been doing it, I've interviewed Slim Thug. I was invited to come to his press release for his 20th anniversary. And he doesn't do a lot of interviews. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it was only a select group of people that got to, an invite to come and interview him. And, I've interviewed Zero. We've interviewed porn stars.
Those are fun.
We've had, that was interesting. But it was a great, so, when people hear porn star, of course, they just think about, the sexual aspect of it, as we all do. Mm-hmm. But shit, when she sat down there, this girl is smart. She paid her way through college being a dominatrix. Yeah. And
that's minimal work.
Hey, I can respect that.
Yeah, that's kind of minimal work or whatever, because usually she the one just beating motherfuckers up,
Pretty much, yeah. And, I can't remember what her degree was in, but, it was something along the lines like aviation or something like that. So, she was wanting to, break away from the adult films because she's like, I'm getting older. I want to have kids. And, she goes, I want to write a book. I want to go around doing doing speakings. And I'm like, you have a great story to tell. So it's like you have a guest and you think your interview is going to go one way, and then you discover all these other aspects of your guest that you're like, well, damn, So I agree. Everybody has a story to tell, and I don't mind being the person that they tell it to.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the porn star thing or whatever. There's one in particular that I wanted to, and that was like for selfish reasons, because I thought that would be cool just to have that one particular one on there. It was Roxy Reynolds. Everybody should know that. But I had one on here a couple of times. Her name now is Melanie Cummins, and it was cool to sit down and talk with her or whatever, because damn, she loved fucking. Well, of course she loved fucking, but she loved video games. So we were sitting up there talking about Time Crisis, which is one of my all-time favorite arcade games to play and shit. And, it was just cool to have that freaking conversation. Now, every time I go to, like, movies or somewhere where they have arcade game, I see Time Crisis, I think of her. Not in a sexual way, but because she cool people.
Right. Yeah. It's, the girl that we had on, Kelly Provocateur, she is well known because she, is a dominatrix. But she also has a very large clit.
Woo. Did you get to see it?
Yeah, and I was just like, girl, I was like, that looks like a damn a baby penis that you got down there, So that it's just, you think your interview is going to go one way, and then, like you said, you found other things that she was interested in, and the same thing with when I interview people, and then usually when they stay after the show, you learn even more about them, and then some of those people, you stay in contact with them, you develop friendships with them, So that I always like when that happens as well.
Yeah, because obviously we know what the fuck you do and what that consists of, but like, what's the day to day like,
Right, exactly, yeah. Mm-hmm.
For sure. Well, I think our time has come to an end.
Oh, that went by fast. It was so much fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so, but before you go, don't leave just yet.
I wasn't yet.
Let everybody know where they can find you on social media.
Alrighty, so if you look up the Libra Lounge with Keisha, you'll find us on Facebook, Instagram, and the Twitter, as I call it. I just don't get Twitter, but I'll be trying. You can also watch the show on YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can also listen to the show on iTunes. I'd love it if you gave me a 5-star rating, and you can listen to us on the TuneIn app as well.
Word. So, you've been a guest of the show, and I appreciate you for giving me your time. And the door is always open for you to come on back in and talk some shit and have your husband do all the work.
Absolutely, I could do that all day. Yeah, I hope that we all, some of the people that we, connected with at the Comic Palooza, I really hope that we all do get together and do a live show, and sell tickets and shit like that and get rich.
Hell yeah.
I think that would be fantastic.
Hey, you got the space for it, don't you?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
I mean, you the one with the actual business and getting the income and shit. We just like hobbyists in this motherfucker.
Yeah, y'all are more than welcome to come anytime. We'd love to have y'all and come all down to our little country ass neck of the woods and do what we do.
All right.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Okay. And that was Miss Keisha from the Libra Lounge. Hopefully one day we get this reality show on and popping. I just want to be like a bruh man on Martin or whatever. I just come in randomly throughout the show, throughout the season, and just do stupid shit and just be off camera or whatever. That's my primary function, that I would like to be introduced to people on TV, just the random motherfucker in the background and whatnot. And listening to that episode, you can see it's kind of dated or whatever. I already made references to Chris Van Vliet and everything, and I got the name right that time. And a couple other things, because man, I be busy. I do a rash of these podcasts all at once, and then I just kind of put them out at my leisure and whatnot. And this was one of the ones that was kind of at the top of the pile, but the way things were restructured and how my bank account was set up, it came out when it came out. So I do apologize, but nonetheless, it is here for your listening enjoyment, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got to know Keisha a little bit more. And she cool. She a business lady, future reality star, because I'm gonna put that out into the air. And because there's been a thing that I've been noticing about the Random Ramblers with Rob. You can call it coincidence, and I highly think it's all coincidence, but I think it's a funny coincidence. People that have come on this show have, in some instances, moved on to better things. Case in point, Michael Jai White was on this show, and now he's he was dubbed a king in a country somewhere in Africa. So I say that's a hell of a upgrade and whatnot. Josiah Williams, popular for the Wrestling and Flow YouTube series and whatnot, he was on this show. Now he's signed to WWE, working down at the Performance Center and doing a lot of their social media stuff. So that's one. Alicia Atut was on the show, and she got a deal with AEW as one of the backstage correspondents and whatnot. Chris Van Vliet, as previously mentioned, he has also been signed with AEW as a backstage personality and some other things they got going on. And who else? What else is going on? Kiefer Bartek, who has been on the show way back in the day, and we have a recent interview coming up with him. I'll probably put that one out next week. He's running his own professional wrestling promotion. That's an upgrade from just being a singles and tag team competitor, running your own shit. So I believe that's an upgrade. And there's many examples that I can point to. Sir John Lee being on the show numerous amount of times, putting out a bomb ass album, and just a lot of people moving on up. They're trending upward after being on this show. So that's my campaign. That's my plug, my commercial. You get on the show and you get that 3R show bump, baby. Probably has nothing to do with me, but still, I just think it's a funny coincidence. Oh, another one. Black Rambo, my homeboy. I served with him in the military. He was on the show. And now his IG account went from, at the time, I think 86,000 followers, and is well up into, let's see, I think he almost at 500,000. But that dramatic increase did not come until he was on this show. Here, let me give you some actual numbers, because I don't want to just be making up shit. Hey, he got his own ammunition coming out here pretty soon. You're working on that. Black Rambo ammo. You see that? See how he did that? So, man, you'd be on 3R show. Yeah, there you go. 517,000 followers, up from 86,000 after he came on this show. So, yeah, the 3R show bump is real, baby. But anyway, let me get all this stuff done. Get this chopped up and edited and whatnot, which it already is if you're listening to it right now. But I don't know why I say things like that. Anyway, live events. November 2nd and 3rd, I will be in Atlantic City, New Jersey for the J1 Con. I'll be there in person. So if you're in the New Jersey area, you're a fan of the show, or you just like comics and cosplay and all kind of other things, come on down to Atlantic City and we can exchange crisp high fives at the J1 Con or whatever. And here in Houston at the bar Boheme, downtown Houston, November 16th, we're doing the second annual HTown Podfest. So all the local HTown podcasts can descend on bar Boheme and we have a good time. If you're a listener, show up. If you're an artist, show up. Whatever you do, if you enjoy podcasts or you just want to come hang out with the peoples, come on down. November 16th at bar Boheme. I might have something in between now and November, but I'm not sure on that because I'm a lazy turd and I haven't filled out the paperwork, so I might miss out on it. But it remains to be seen. So just be looking out on social media, especially Instagram, because that's where I announce a lot of things and whatnot. So speaking of social media, you can follow me on Twitter at itsbrob. That's ITSBROB. If you want to talk professional wrestling and any other general shenanigans, that's the place you do it. Also, this show that you're listening to right now has his own Twitter at 3R Show. And you can go to Instagram, type in 3R Show, and it's not the one that only has 2 posts. And it pisses me off so bad that they have it and not using it. But you just type in the Random Rounds with Rob or use the hashtag 3R Show and you'll find me. Use that Walmart log hashtag. You see me rambling on through the hallowed halls of Walmart. Yeah, so follow me on all the social medias. Go to randomrobcast.com and you can find many ways to support the show. Some paid through merchandise and other monetary gain, but you don't have to spend a dime of your money to support the show. The most important way that you can support the show is listening, subscribing, liking, retweeting, telling a friend and making your friends listen, and writing those 5-star reviews. 5-star reviews are important for any podcast that you listen to. And if you got anything 4 stars or below, leave some feedback, baby. We appreciate that oh so much. So yeah, shoot me a 5-star review and I'll read it on the show. Yeah, I said it. And shout out to Hoppy Rogers. It's great to hear his voice again. He's was a staple in the show many moons back. He would always leave a voicemail. It seems that he's getting back into the groove. And you know, I don't hardly plug the voicemail line or whatever. It's in the show description. It's all over social media and whatnot. But you can be a part of the show by leaving a voicemail. It can be about anything. Make it as random as possible. You know, vent your frustrations like Hoppy did or whatever at the top of the show. And you can do that at 304-825-5762. That's 304-825-5762. So be a part of the show. Send them voicemails in there. And that's it. You know, we got some more HTown people coming up on the show. And it's going to be a good time. And I'll see you next time. Time.